The story of Félix Hernández is one of breathtaking dominance intertwined with heartbreaking loyalty. It is the tale of a king who ruled an island, but whose kingdom never quite reached the October shores he deserved. As he enters his second year on the Hall of Fame ballot, his case is one of the most compelling and complicated before the voters. It begins with a prodigy. A teenager on a major league mound, the youngest starting pitcher in a generation. From that debut, he embarked on a decade-long reign as one of baseball's absolute best. For 10 seasons, from his debut through his age 29 year, no pitcher in the game accumulated more wins above replacement than King Félix. He was a workhorse, a Cy Young Award winner, a 6-time All-Star, and the owner of one of the most beautiful and devastating arsenals the game has ever seen. His peak was not just excellent, it was historically great, placing him squarely alongside contemporary legends like Scherzer, Verlander, and Halladay. He did this all while pitching in the cavernous, pitcher-friendly confines of Seattle, for Mariners teams that were, to put it kindly, forgettable. He suffered double-digit losses with a sub-3 ERA. He threw complete game jams in front of half-empty stadiums, his royal court a dedicated but often lonely section of fans. His loyalty to Seattle, the only team he ever pitched for in his prime, is a point of immense admiration and also the source of his career's greatest what-if. Because the other side of the King Félix story is the sudden, stark decline. The rubber arm that carried a franchise for a decade wore out. The innings piled up, shoulder injuries mounted, and by his early 30s, his brilliance had faded. The back half of his career was a shadow of the first, leaving him without the counting stats or the longevity that often ease a pitcher's path to Cooperstown. He never pitched in the playoffs, a glaring omission on an otherwise sterling baseball resume. But to define him by what he didn't do is to miss the majesty of what he did. In the middle of a last-place season, he authored pure, unadulterated baseball perfection. His perfect game in 2012 stands as a monument to his ability, a crown jewel that shines irrespective of team success. It was a moment of collective euphoria for a fan base that he carried for years, a reward for unwavering faith. So, the question for voters is this: how do you measure a king's legacy? Is it solely by the length of his reign, or by the sheer power and beauty of his rule at its height? Félix Hernández's peak was Cooperstown worthy by any measure. His career, viewed in full, is a poignant narrative of spectacular talent unfulfilled by team success. The early returns this voting cycle show a significant surge in support, suggesting many are choosing to focus on the undeniable monarch he was, rather than the dynasty he never had. The climb from his first-year tally is steep, but for a pitcher who spent his career scaling impossible mountains for Seattle, it would be a fitting final triumph. Long live the debate. Long live the king.